Hey guys, Jim Stroud here. I recently discovered the TV show Westworld. I know, for a lot of you, I'm really late to the party, but I just finished binging season 1. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Westworld, Westworld is an amusement park where tourists interact with robots as they live out their Old West fantasies. Tourists get in bar fights with robots. They fight robots that act like hostile Indians, and they have sex with the robots. And to be fair, there is a lot more to the show than having sex with robots, but there is a lot of sex with robots on this show. You know, as I reflect on it, if people were having as much sex with robots in real life as they were on Westworld, that might be a good thing. Because wouldn't that mark the end of human trafficking? I mean, there would be no demand for it if the robots were everywhere. Then again, if robot sex ever became mainstream, that would be a bad thing. Actually, it would be a very bad thing because it would be the end of all humanity. Say what? Believe it or not, we're not too far away from the sci-fi world of Westworld. Check this out. This is not a joke. This is very real.
朝ですよ。起きてください。ねえ、起きてってば。おはよう。
おはよう。
あ、今日雨が降るかもしれないから傘持って行って。急がないと遅刻しちゃうよ。
行ってきます。
行ってらっしゃい。気をつけてね。
19ページ、商品のラインナップについての。
なんかさ、家で誰かが待ってるっていいもんだな。さっき思ったんだ。帰ってくるとき。おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。
And did you know that some people are already marrying robots?
A 31-year-old software engineer in China was tired of feeling the pressure to get married, so he built his own robot bride. In China, men outnumber the women. For every 100 or so women in China, there are 113 men. Naturally, for me, that would be awesome, but it makes dating for men pretty difficult. And after constant pressure from his family to find a wife, Zhang built a robot just to shut them up. The blushing bridebot is named Yingying. Currently, Yingying can only say a few words and recognize a few Chinese symbols, but she's already employed at her husband's startup as a spokesmodel.
And if you were ever to ask a millennial if they would have sex with a robot, there's a 27% chance that they would say, yeah. Woo, check out this article. As robots become an ever-increasing part of our daily lives, humans could soon find love with the machines, according to a new report. The report suggests that over a quarter of 18 to 34-year-olds will feel it's normal to form friendships and even romantic relationships with robots in the future instead of humans. And it seems that men are more likely to embrace the bots, with the report indicating that males are 3 times more likely to form a relationship with a robot than a woman. The findings were based on a survey of 12,000 people of mixed ages worldwide. There is a market for robosexuals. As far as I know, it's not illegal to profit from these robot sex dolls. So I predict that people in the sex industry will run after the robot sex dolls because of the huge profits they represent. Lumi Dolls is the world's first sex doll brothel. It launched in Barcelona on February 2017. Because of its overwhelming popularity, a second location was launched in Moscow on April 2018. By July 2018, a third location had opened up in Torino. Wow. Not surprisingly, the makers of these robot sex dolls say that their products provide a mental health benefit. Here are just a few that they claim to give. They suggest that sex bots can be used to promote safe sex or as therapies for people with companionship problems. They suggest that sex bots could alleviate social isolation. They also suggest that sex bots would give fulfillment to incels. Incels are people who are involuntarily celibate. Sort of like this guy. And while all that may sound good, as of this recording, there was no data to back it up. Which is why I think as sex dolls become more and more popular, we'll start to hear more and more dissenting voices. Voices like Kathleen Richardson.
So that's why I created the campaign against sex robots. Because I thought, this is enough. We can only have this idea that you can have a sex robot if you have the idea to begin with that sex can exist outside of a body and a body can exist outside of a person.
I think robot sex dolls could stop human trafficking as we know it. Yet the widespread use of robot sex dolls could bring about an even bigger problem.
初めお会いした時に、今まで見てきた道路のような、思ってびっくりしたんですね。
日本で今一番大きな問題も国難と言われるものが少子化、人口減少です。それによって例えばですよ、一番道路が植えられてる国でセックスレスで、日本人は今絶滅の岐路に立たされているということです。
So, let's jump 15 minutes into the future, and the whole world is overtaken by robot sex dolls. What then? What would fix all the issues I brought up? Well, I imagine that psychologists would be working overtime to help people come to grips of how human relationships traditionally work. People of faith would be steering people to a greater morality, a morality that would promote the sanctity of marriage, that would celebrate monogamy and the rewards of fatherhood. Hollywood and pop culture could assist as well by sending messages along that same theme. It would take a globally unified effort to change the culture in that direction and greatly reduce, at the same time, if it doesn't eradicate it altogether, the popularity of robot sex dolls. I'm Jim Stroud, and this has been my show.
Well, she's got AI. She's one of the first dolls with the AI, so you can actually interact with her verbally and physically. So she's got sensors.
We've turned her off.
Yes.
So that she doesn't come out with anything
inappropriate.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good idea.
Why is this necessary?
Why is it necessary? Well, we believe, as a company, Synthemetis, that the sex robot, it's not to replace people. We're not trying to replace women. It's not about that. It's as a supplement, like I explained in previous interviews. It's a supplement to help people, and I believe it can do that. I think it can help people enhance their relationship.
What does she do?
She, like I say, you can talk to her, so you can interact, you can tell her you love her, she'll respond.
And she'll say this.
I love you too.